Hey, what's up guys? I'm doing a regional report for you guys. So I took BES, and I will say that the rounds could have been better. Um, but I will show you guys what I had faced. So all first four rounds were pendulum magicians. Um, yeah, I was not happy to see that. Um, I was happy with the first two rounds. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then after third or after second round, I was expecting them to face a little bit more rogue decks, like maybe uh, uh, Spectre Border, Stun, or something along those lines. But when my third and fourth round was same thing as first and second, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I So I'll explain to you guys my rounds and kind of how my deck performed. So round one, game one was my opponent misplayed, and so that gave me the win against that. And then game two and three, game two, I signed Jinzo thinking that Pendulum Magicians play a few traps. I know they don't play much, but I know they play a few. And I screwed myself over because I special this guy, and then I triggered for Jinzo. And then I set Double Dark Bribe, and he set scales and, did his thing. I was like, yeah, I just screwed myself up by doing that. So that was my own fault. So I lost game two. And then game three, he just steamrolled me. So nothing I could really do about that. So, yeah. So, round two, game one, he went. The new thing that Pendulum Magician players are doing now is that they go Electromite, and then they make Absolute Dragon, and then they go for Decode, and then Absolute Dragon's effect, bring out Vortex Dragon, and then they might have like one or two monsters on the board, and then they pass. And so that's what my opponent did game one. I won game two of a shock. So it's late game. I have 3 or 4 monsters on the board, and he brings out Naruto. I'm like, okay. And so he has Time Pentagraph in his back row and a scale. 1 scale. And I'm like, okay. So I go enter battle phase. I attack with 27 into Naruto. This has 2 counters on it, and he lets it go through. So his Naruto dies, and I'm like, okay. So I attack with the 24, and then he uses the time pendulum graph then to pop my 24. It's like, okay. So I won that one, and then game 3, he went Decode, Vortex, again a few monsters, and then passed. And then I did have 4 bad hands out of the whole day, which out of 10 games I didn't think that was too bad. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's definitely not the worst. So yeah, so that was round 2. Round 3, my opponent did the same thing. Decode, Vortex, few monsters, pass. And he did that both games, game 1 and game 2. So couldn't do anything about that. Round 4, same thing. Decode, Vortex. So yeah, it was really kind of annoying, and kind of hard to get past. They have a negation, plus they have Decode to help protect whatever. So yeah. So that was basically my rounds. Like I said, I wish I would have faced Rogue the last 2 rounds. That probably would have made me a lot more happier with how the day went, but it is what it is. But I did pick up something cool while I was there. And it's the spell ground mat. So I did get one of these, and I'm really happy to have one. They've always been so expensive, and the one that, or this one, the one I have is actually not too bad of a price. It was like $40, so I didn't think that was too bad. And then, so that was basically the whole day. And then, before I sign off, I'm updating my archings again. But this time it's a different type of style that I'm going with for archings. So, I'll quickly show you guys, and I will explain. So, yeah, I'm sure you guys are probably like, why is the bamboo engine in there? Like I said, a lot of this will be a little more different. But in my deck file, when I do my next update version of that, I will explain to you guys why I made this version of the deck. So, yeah, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And, yeah, I will catch you on in the duel video, which is Game 2 of the Diamonds versus Cyber Angel Herald deck. So, stay tuned for Game 2 tomorrow. And, yeah, I'll catch you later. I guess.